So hello everyone. We still have 5 minutes before we start, so you can get some water, some coffee or wine, whatever you drink at this time. We will wait for the others to join. Hi everyone. We're gonna wait 2 more minutes. People are joining in. So I see there's some AI tools joining in. Generally, you don't have to record the meeting separately because I'm going to send you the recording and the presentation. So, yeah, no need to worry extra about that. Okay, so it's 5 o'clock. Everyone has their cameras turned off. Maybe somebody is brave enough so we can interact face to face if you want to, of course. Um, while we still wait for a couple more people to join, I would like to get to know you a little bit. So maybe you can drop in the chat one of the following numbers. I want to know where you are at your personal branding building journey. Like, give me a one in the chat if you are actively building your brand on social media and posting content all the time. So that would be a one. Give me a two if you are planning to start, let's say, next year. A three if you tried, it sucked, nothing worked, you gave up. And four if you don't know what personal branding even is. So let's see where you guys are at. Two, wow, so many are planning to start building your personal brand. I'm very happy about it because what I'm going to show you today is so foundational. It will really help you. Okay, a few threes. I know how that feels. Like, I've been there too. Okay, cool. And now maybe you can also drop me in the comments the country where you're joining from. I'm in Austria, in Vienna right now. So I'd really love to know where you guys are at. Cool. Oh, we have some Germany, UK, Bosnia, Czech Republic, Italy, Finland. Hey, I lived in Finland for 5 years in Tampere, so love the country. Greece, Serbia, cool. Thank you. Slovenia, the neighbors. Awesome. Thank you. Thank you for sharing. I really appreciate that. Okay, so I saw that most of you are planning to start building their personal brand next year, sometime in the future. And some of you have tried, didn't really work. And you're not the only ones for whom it's not so easy. In fact, everyone has been experiencing lately that it has become much harder to post, to get reach, to get any views, to get any engagement. LinkedIn reach is completely down. Instagram only rewards established creators. So believe me, you are not the only ones who are feeling that way. And I would want to tell you there is a quick hack, but there is not. But we're gonna talk about how you can make it better still next year. Yeah, who also feels like you're posting a lot, but nothing is working? Give me a yes in the chat if this is you. Or do you feel like you do a lot, you're really good at what you do, but it's like nobody sees that online, it's not reflected in your presence? Like, can you give me a few yeses if this is how you're feeling? Because this is definitely how I'm feeling sometimes. Yeah. Do you feel like your content could show more authority online? Do you think it could be more expert so people read it and they're like, ah, that person knows what they're talking about? Yeah, cool. Yeah, so you see, you're not the only ones, and we're gonna try to solve this today. So before I start with the presentation, I just want to tell you a few words about who I am, and I'm going to silence people who are not silenced. Or if you know that you're not silenced, maybe you can mute yourself, okay? So we don't have any background noise. Yeah, thank you. Okay, so my name is Anzhelika Tauber. Some of you know me because we're connected online, some of you don't. I'm a former cancer researcher. And at some point, I felt so unhappy at my job that I quit everything, jumped into cold water. I landed in marketing, and now I specialize on building personal brands. So I help both founders, entrepreneurs, brilliant experts build and monetize their personal brands. I founded my agency, Content Fudge, a while ago. It's a content marketing agency for business creators and experts. I am also a lecturer for the last 3-4 years. I've been lecturing in Digital World Academy here in Vienna. And in January, I'm actually launching my own personal brand university. Over the last years, I've built with my own hands and strategies over 20 personal brands of real people. And I've taught over 250 students, created over 3,000 content pieces, like no joke, I post every day. And yeah, I had a month with over 20 million views over all accounts. So everything that I teach, and it doesn't matter if it's personal branding like today, or if it's meta advertising, or if it's website creation, everything I teach comes from practice, because I am deep in the trenches for myself, for my own business, and for my clients. So if you have any practical questions, in the end, we will have a Q&A. Just ask me, because at this point, I've seen so much. I'm sure I can help you. So these are just some examples of Olympians, keynote speakers, business creators, founders, experts, world champions for whom I build personal brands. But I've also been building my own brand over the last 2 years at least. So if you want to connect with me, this is my LinkedIn account on the left and my Instagram account on the right. And my whole marketing experience actually started with my dog's Instagram account. This is like how I discovered social media for myself. And I turned him into an influencer, and all of my content creation skills really came from here. So now, before we start with the content, I also want to address a few myths that I hear all the time, and I want to reassure you that this is not true. So what I hear often is that content doesn't work anymore. So this is definitely not true. Most likely, you just did not do the foundational work where you discovered who you are. So you are not telling the right story to let people resonate with you and relate to you. Then I also hear a lot, algorithm hates me. It actually doesn't hate anyone. Algorithm wants you to be authentic. And what do most of us do? We will go find a viral reel and then we'll try to copy it for ourselves. Well, that doesn't mean being authentic, because if we are copying somebody else, everyone will feel that it is forced, it is not real, because on the other end are real people with beating hearts who feel things, and they will see if it is not real. And everyone obsesses about hooks. My hook will save my reel. Actually, strong hooks are based on contrarian beliefs that you need to define in your brand strategy. These are your repeatable point of views that you repeat all over and over and over again until you're bored. But for others, this is branding. This is how they remember you. So if you didn't go through the foundational work of building your brand, you don't really know what contrarian beliefs you have. You don't really know what you stand for. So that's why you don't need better hooks. You just need to understand what it is you stand for and then be brave enough to express it. I also hear sometimes, I don't have a story interesting enough to tell. Well, everyone does, like literally everyone. And another thing that I often hear is that my business brand is enough. So if you feel that way, I think it's a wrong webinar, because this is so not true. CEOs of big companies, corporates are all switching to human first brand marketing and corporate influencing, employee influencing, because they know that they can't just be pushing their products. They can't be just pushing their services anymore, because nobody cares anymore about those things. So no, you need your face and your story front and center if you want people to listen. But don't worry, we will discuss it today. You are here, so you are among a few who really care and who want to do it right. So if you implement everything that I teach you today, you will be really top 10% who have gone a step further. And you already have everything you need to stand out. Trust me, you don't need to like get another certification or another course or anything like this. Your life, your skills, your beliefs, your values are all your competitive advantage. Yeah? Your wounds, your scars are your gold mine, and you don't need to like overshare and trauma dump. You just need the right structure to tell your story with intention. And I'm going to give you this structure today. So you guys, I'm not going to be checking like the chat so often during the presentation. So in case there are questions that are popping up, I'll just address them in the end of the webinar, if that's all right for you. All right. Now let's, okay, the final thing, I want to ask you to stay until the end because we will have a Q&A. Really, if there's something in your brand, in your business, and your idea, business idea doesn't work, you have doubts, please ask me. I tell you, I've seen so much. I'm sure I will be able to help you or give you some sort of motivation push that you believe that you can do it. I will also share my 3 story templates with you, how you can write your origin story on your website, in your LinkedIn About section, and your Instagram highlights or pinned post. So it is perfectly balancing your origin story and your expertise. And I will also show you how you can build your full personal brand with me next year. So let's get started. Are you with me so far? Give me like thumbs up in the chat that you're like listening and excited and you believe in what I say. Okay. First things first. Storytelling is the foundation of your personal brand. The facts, the features, all of this hard, dry stuff does not work anymore. If you have anything to do with marketing or copywriting, you've heard this 1,000 times. Focus on benefits, not features. But I want to tell you a secret. Benefits also don't work anymore because all of the benefits are the same. The same quick delivery, high quality, save yourself 4 hours of work per week. It's all the same. There are no unique benefits, no unique features, no unique ideas, even, yeah, sadly, but every single story is unique. So that is what is your biggest differentiator on the market, even if it's saturated. Stories, and every one of you here in the room has a story, and that story might be heartbreaking or heartwarming or scary or inspirational or motivational. Maybe somebody of you already heard from your peers who said, wow, you're such a cool person. Why those stories are so important? It's because they're emotional. They awake emotions. And what happens when somebody feels emotions about you, towards you? They start remembering you because emotions, they start in our hearts and they go deep into hearts of ours. And that's what really lands with people. That's why they really remember you. And when you make them feel, when you make them remember, that's when you can make them buy. So I want to give you 2 examples of how storytelling works for personal brands, so you have really first-hand opportunity to compare. Let's talk about me, or like a version of me. Let's say I'm many years older, and here would be my introduction. Hi, I'm Anzhelika. I studied marketing in City University of London. I've been working in marketing for 20 years, so you should work with me because I am experienced, data-driven, former scientist, and client-oriented. Yeah? Nice, kind of expertise shown, credibility created. Okay, yeah? Let's try slightly longer version, but very different one. Let's say, hi, I'm Anzhelika. For 8 years long, I worked in science as a cancer researcher, but every single day I felt very unfulfilled. I was craving for creativity, and I also felt very stupid because, unlike my peers, I was not reading scientific papers for fun in the evenings. And because of this, I was judging myself, saying that you will never succeed and you're just like stupid. At some point, I realized that I don't want to spend my life feeling inadequate about myself every day. So I said, fuck it, I quit. And I quit. And I found something that I thought was my calling because I could talk about it nonstop. Like I couldn't shut up. I was totally burning for it, and that was marketing. Eventually, I specialized in personal branding, and now I build personal brands of Olympic athletes, keynote speakers, top experts, because I believe that when I amplify their brands and their voices, I also help make the world a better place, however indirectly. So do you feel a difference? Do you feel like through me telling you my story, you feel like you know me better? Do you feel like you can, because you can visualize the different phases of my life, you kind of identify yourself with my story because maybe you were feeling unfulfilled somewhere and you had to change your face a change, or maybe you are in that position right now and you feel like, damn it, that's me, and this is how I want to feel right now, like doing something that I'm so passionate about. The difference when people can visualize somebody's story is that they start to feel like they know them. When they start to feel like they know them, they start to trust them. When they start to trust them, they start to like them. And that, the know, trust, like factor is the foundation of selling. So every business, every personal brand who is successful is because they told their story in the right way that showed their credibility, showed their struggle, and made people resonate with it. Let me give you a different example of a client of mine. This is Jennifer. Jennifer is a leading wealth manager in Austria. She alone financed over 3 million euros last year without a team, and she's the only woman who is allowed to teach the next generation of wealth managers. Nice introduction, right? Short, credible, super impressive. Yeah, but it doesn't really make us feel anything towards Jennifer. Like, she can be just another person on the street that I don't really feel anything about and feels really far, far from me and from how I feel or what I go through in my life. Now let's introduce Jennifer in a different way. Let's say this is Jennifer, and now she's a wealth manager, but she did not start from wealth or rich family or money. In fact, her mom was a single mom who got sick, so Jennifer had to start working for both of them during her university so that she could provide for her and her mom. Fast, she realized that she couldn't do that on the hourly wage, and she started reading about investment and getting really into money management. Now, after 10 years of hard work and sometimes 100-hour working weeks,
Okay.
Jennifer is one of the Austria's top leading wealth managers. She's a woman who alone financed over 3 million euros last year, and she's the only woman in Austria who is allowed to teach the next generation of wealth managers, because she believes that investment is not a privilege of the wealthy, but a right of everyone. Do you feel the difference of how it makes you, like, when I say that story, it gives me goosebumps because it really helps me identify my own story in her story, because I might have gone through something similar. And this is what a great personal storytelling does. So I'm gonna ask whoever is not, yeah, I just opened the chat. There will be a recording, yes. And whoever is not muted, please mute yourself, okay? Thank you. Yeah, I think everyone is muted. Awesome. Okay, let's continue. So now I demonstrated to you why that works. And imagine there is another great wealth manager, another great marketer. But even though they have the same qualification, right? They are still so different. And I, every time, would go work with somebody with whom I have something in common. And this is your strategic differentiator in every market, in every niche. So I'm gonna have a look who else is not muted, because there are always somebody who is not muted. Sorry for that. Okay. I found them. Those who are not muted. Somehow I cannot. So I have Nina, Aquile. No, Aquile is now muted. Nina, you're still not muted. And aggressive koala. Is it aggressive koala? Also not muted. Please, everyone, mute yourself. Okay, now the next part is ROI of personal branding. So ROI is ROI, return on investment. Everyone asks me that, like, why should I pay you any money? Like, what do I get back? And I'm going to show you very specific examples of what you get back if you focus on your personal branding and not your business brand. First of all, founders' personal accounts outperform company accounts every single time. They have higher following, higher engagement. Personal brands also convert better. We have cheaper leads and shorter sales cycles. Let me demonstrate. These are accounts of 5 founders and their businesses. And as you can compare, the following is significantly higher for every founder. And okay, you can tell me, hey, Anzhelika, but Kim Kardashian, Katy Perry, they're celebrities. Of course, that doesn't count. Okay, let's not count them. But let's take Gary Vee, Richard Branson, and Dane Walker. They are founders. They're entrepreneurs first. Maybe now Gary Vee is kind of like a celebrity in entrepreneurial world. But you can see every one of them started their company at the same time as they started their profile. And still, their company is way below in following and engagement than their own accounts. So yes, it's a big difference. Now, let me show you an example why personal branding is such a long-term investment. Doesn't matter if you are doing this business or if you're pivoting, if you're starting a different project, it doesn't matter. This is Chris Donnelly. He's the fastest growing creator in the world. Last month, I was at his webinar and he said, 16 years of building businesses. The first took 10 years to reach 10 million in revenue. Second took 3 years. Third took 1, and he's just launched his fourth, and it will even be faster. Why? Because personal branding compounds. Every single thing that you do contributes to your name. And when people know that your name associates with quality, associates with good culture, people will buy from you no matter what you're selling. So this is the long-term engagement. And in the end, with every year, with every business, every project, the sales cycle will shorten because people are there for you and your name. Okay, you can tell me, hey, but Chris Donnelly is so huge and he has already so much money. I can show you another example from a person whom I know personally. So this is Julia Riebmeyer. She is branding expert for luxury brands. These are 2 links that are placed on her LinkedIn account, one leading to her personal brand website and another one leading to her agency website. Last month, she told me, hey, Anzhelika, that's such a cool thing what you do with personal branding, because guess what website gets the most leads? Obviously, that's the website with her face and her name on it. So what I'm trying to say is that people buy from people. And since many of you said that they're planning to build their personal brand next year, I hope this is a really big confirmation that you have the right idea and you should really do this because it will pay off big time. Now, another question that I often hear is how personal do you need to get? And I'm not gonna tell you as personal as you feel comfortable, because I think this is bullshit. It's so vague. It doesn't tell you anything. It doesn't give you any concrete strategy or structure. How personal is too personal. That is why with every client I work with, we identify a positioning prism for that person. We have for personal brands, typically 5 positioning prisms. And when you talk with other experts, they can tell you, no, there are 10 and there are this many archetypes. But I prefer to choose only 5 because it just makes things way less complicated. So let me explain to you how each of them works. And because it also defines precisely how personal you need to get in your content. So the first prism is the expert prism. This is somebody with a huge track record already, somebody who worked for many years, who has a lot of achievements, clients, who has a lot of case studies. So this person is the type of person who is a thought leader already, who sets trends in the industry, in their industry. So usually as an expert, you will not be sharing much personal information, only learnings that you can take from your personal life. And what you will be talking about is the trends, the updates that you see in the world and how you're doing it in your business for your clients. What is your unique methodology? What is your research that you did that showed better results? So you are an expert that leads the way for all others. And so typically, you will not see Gary Vee or Amy Porterfield. If anyone is in online marketing, you probably know her. Like, you will not see them sharing, how they feel or crying on the camera. Like, that would not happen. So if you feel like you have the track record and expertise to position yourself as far ahead from your audience as an expert, then definitely this is what positioning you should go for. Then another positioning is a leader. Leader is an interesting one because it is also somebody knowledgeable, like, is an experience, but they are not like miles ahead from their audience. They are a few steps ahead from their audience, and they are doing a lot of things. They experimenting, testing, and then they are reporting to their audience about how that worked for them. So as a leader, you will typically share more about your personal journey and how it looks in your business. You sometimes will even go into how it feels for you, because you are reporting on the things that you're doing, how it worked out, what you learned, how it made you feel, and you can tell that to your audience. So you are some steps ahead and you're testing, experimenting, and you're leading the way for your audience. Then we have a peer. A peer is somebody on the same level with the audience. And a peer is the type of position where you will share more, like the most of all five about your personal life. You will talk about how you feel, you will talk about what you learn, how you see it. So this is like, if you feel like you're not still ahead enough to teach anyone anything, you can learn together with your audience and report to your audience about what you've just learned. Super easy to start with that one. Then we have an investigator. An investigator is somebody who is very questionable, like who is very skeptical by nature and asks a lot of questions. An investigator will take whatever an expert and a leader is posting and will question it, and we'll investigate on it and do research and compare and then like report their conclusions. And a curator is the type of position that requires actually least personal input, personal opinions, stories, perspectives. As a curator, you are somebody who just collects information in the world and you just post it out there without any of your own opinion. You are not ready usually as a curator to express your own ideas and thoughts, but you want to start positioning yourself as somebody in this area, to start creating those associations in people's mind that whenever you are ready to express your opinion and go direction leader, for example, people already know that you are specializing in that field. So as you can see, no matter what position you choose, you can start posting already today. Yeah, but then you don't have to be an expert. You don't. You can report what you're learning at the same time as you're learning it with your audience. Or you can report on, hey, this is what they posted, this is what I researched, so here you go, my conclusion as an investigator. Or you can just collect the best 5 ways of build a personal brand in 2026 as a curator and post that. So there are so many opportunities for you, and you don't have to feel stressed about, should I talk about my feelings today? If your position is a curator, no, you don't have to. Just share some valuable information with the audience. But if you're a peer, you can say, hey, I'm so frustrated. I'm trying so much and it doesn't work, or let's discuss what could work together. Does that make sense? Is this something that you've heard before? And do you think that this could simplify your life when you're posting and building your brand? You can drop in the chat if this is something. I see some hearts. Thank you. I see Maria telling me that I can mute your all, but actually, I don't know how to do that. Okay. So this is my message. Your position decides which part of your story matters and which part of your personal life you need to share. Now, when you decide, okay, now I want to start talking about myself. Typically, what I will do with all of my clients for whom I build personal brands, we will start with my personal brand storytelling framework. We will define their category, label, and positioning. So that's who they are. We will write their niche statement. This is what they do. So I help X to achieve X in a way by X. Then we will also create their authority and signature bio, like that short version that I presented for Jennifer, for example. And then we will create their origin story, mission, vision, and core values. And so now I'm going to show you how exactly we define origin story and vision for you and for your personal brand, so you can tell the story and make people feel things and create a much stronger impact. So I have analyzed a ton of personal stories, origin stories, bios, so many, you cannot imagine. I am a nerd who is reading and like thinking, okay, I see this pattern, there is this pattern. And then at some point a few years ago, I put them all together. ChatGPT was just in the beginning of like barely functioning, but like he managed to tell me, okay, these are common structures that we see in every origin story of every person. So what are they? First, there is always some sort of struggle. Yeah, every one of you has experienced it. You were unhappy about something, there was some friction in your life, and you felt like this cannot be the life for me. Yeah. The next step, there is a spark, an idea that lets you understand that this cannot go on like this. You have to change something. Then there comes a decision, the turning point where you decide that, yes, you're gonna change this. And, you know, I can tell you for a fact that many people leave with that spark, but they don't do anything about it. They are too scared to make the shift. They're too scared to jump into cold water, and they just continue living unfulfilled. So, but whenever you decide that, yes, I'm gonna change it, I'm determined enough, I'll make it work, there is always a turning point. And then after a turning point, there is a breakthrough, some sort of results, a unique methodology, some sort of program, some sort of course, something that shows achievement, result, and better life for you. And then there is a future that you've built for yourself, where you're living a happier life according to your vision and where you serve a certain purpose. So as you can see, it's super simple, but when broken down like this, I don't know if you remember the stories that I told you of myself and of Jennifer, they follow exactly this structure. And the best thing is, when we tell our story this way, our clients will see themselves in our story, because very often, and I don't know if you realize that or not, but very often our clients are ourselves some years ago. So these are the people who are going through the same kind of struggle, who maybe have the same kind of spark to change this, and they just don't know how to change this. So when you tell your story this way, here's what your ideal client is going to hear. When you tell about your struggle, they will say, damn, this is exactly how I feel, but what can I do about it? Then you'd say, okay, there was a decision, the spark to change it. And they're like, yeah, I want to change it, but I don't know how. Then they realize that they can do it with you. So they take the decision, the turning point to start working with you so you can help them change their life and move beyond this friction that they're experiencing every day. And then why do they decide to work with you? Because they want to go through whatever unique method or you develop to reach the same results, achievements for that better life that you're promising, right? Because you are promising them a better future, a better work, a better life, better health, better mindset. This is why they agree to work with you. They commit to the future that you are building. So as simple as that, 5 steps. So straightforward, but trust me, it will make a huge impact. So now that you wrote this story for yourself, where the heck do you put it? So, oh, right. So I already mentioned that. So your story positions your journey as your ideal client's future, possible future. So that's why it works. Now, where does your origin story go? How do we make it work online? So I have defined certain positions on the web, on social media, where we should place your origin story so people can easily find it. And this is really the first thing that they read before they keep scrolling, so that they really get to know you. This is like, it has to be the #1 goal for you. First thing is your homepage. On your homepage, you will have on top a hero section. So hero section should communicate your unique value proposition, clearly state what you do, whom you help, and how. Yeah, then there has to be a CTA button. But the second section, okay, maybe there can be a social proof section in between, but the bigger second section is usually your intro section. Like this is similar on my website. And in this intro section, you will take your origin story, but you will extract 3 things: problem, solution, so presenting your offer as a solution, and you will paint your vision, the better world that you're working towards, the better future that you're creating. So this is like a very short intro section, typically 2 paragraphs, that goes into your second section on the homepage. So when people come to your website, they right away feel something. They right away understand that you're fighting for something bigger, or that you went through something similar as your clients did. And so you will understand them, and they can rely and trust you when they work with you. Then another very obvious position is your about page. There you have actually lots of space to write your origin story, but you also shouldn't write memoirs. Nobody will read them. Really try to keep it short, 3 to 4 paragraphs. Mention your vision, your mission, your values. Here you have a bit more space, but don't go crazy. Then you have LinkedIn About section. So the biggest problem for most, and I really wonder, I know if you connect with me on LinkedIn, I will go through your About sections and I'll tell you if you need to change it. The biggest mistake what people do is that you guys put, you treat your About section as your CV. You just list, okay, I work there and there and there, and I'm functional and I'm hardworking and I am so smart. But like, you don't tell any story to make people feel anything. And even, LinkedIn is a professional platform, but even there, people want to hear your stories, like, because otherwise everyone is the same. So even on LinkedIn, I include my struggle, I include why I left academia to work in marketing, and every top expert does as well. So go ahead and change it there. And then we have Instagram highlights. This is a very typical start here highlight. I don't know if you have that, because if you don't, go ahead and create it. This is something which you want people to press on before they start doom scrolling through your content, because this is the first opportunity how they can get to know you, how they can read about your story, your struggles, and who you are right now and what you offer. Yeah. This is such a smart, strategically placed highlight, and this is just, it guides a person to start from there so that they get to know you first. Alternatively, for those who are not going through highlights, there are also pin posts, and in a pin post you can also create one that tells your story and that makes people feel something. In addition to your online presence, you can use it in podcasts, in talks, like when, for example, if you're a speaker and you get introduced on the stage, tell your story, give the moderator your story. Don't let them copy paste your LinkedIn. Please give them your story of the struggle and who you are right now and what future you are building. You will get standing ovations and already some woof even before you started talking. And you can also say a shorter version on a sales call, because we are all people and everyone on the other end has a beating heart. We all feel things. And obviously, content. Now, we're not going to go and post our origin story in every piece of content, but we are going to tie it every time to the struggle, to the breakthrough that we had, and to the vision. I can tell you, on LinkedIn especially, just posting educational content, just facts, just here's my knowledge, it doesn't work. And if you are building a personal brand for your business as an expert, you have to post on LinkedIn. It really works. You really grow on the platform, because only 1% of all the users on the platform are posting. So it really, really works. If you are frustrated with Instagram, with TikTok, dump those platforms, go on LinkedIn. But remember this thing. Nobody wants to read the same facts. They can get them in ChatGPT. They want to see your personal story, your unique perspective that you put and thread through your expertise, so that in the beginning they get to know, okay, what was your personal motivation to write this post? Then you provide your knowledge, your framework, whatever you're writing about, and in the end you write your personal learnings and takeaways. So this is how content works right now for personal brands, and why storytelling is so important. So now let's recap what we discussed today. We have a Q&A coming up, and also, before I forget, like I mentioned that I'm going to share templates with you. So I'm going to share a link to the intro section for your homepage, for your LinkedIn about section, and for your Instagram highlights start here. So you can literally just like take it, put in the ChatGPT and say, hey, this is the structure, this is my story, please write it well. It's super easy, super straightforward. And for Instagram, I'm even giving you a Canva link, so you can replace my photos with your own photos. And there you go. You have already a ready-made highlight for your Instagram you can post tomorrow. What did we discuss? I hope I showed you that content is not broken, algorithm is not broken. Probably just the foundation is broken, that you don't know who you are, what you want to say, and how you want to position yourself. And if you do that, it will make everything much easier. I hope you also are convinced now that personal brands outperform business brands every single time, and that you should focus on personal branding. We also talked about positioning. I hope you see now that it's kind of easier to when you know what is your position, how you want to convey the information. Hope it's easier for you now to understand that content creation is actually very straightforward. I give you my very simple origin story framework. I hope to see your stories tomorrow. And yeah, we also talked about where to place that origin story so that you can optimize your account. So my main takeaway right now is that if you did, after this webinar, what I showed you now, you chose your positioning, wrote your origin story with this structure, and updated just one platform with it, you would already be ahead of 90% of other experts online who are still talking about certificates, still talking about their experience in years, and who don't make people feel anything. Right. Tell me in the chat, give me a few yeses if yes, you feel more confident now that you can share your personal story, that you know how much of your personal life you need to share, that you know how you want to position yourself, you know how you need to talk about yourself. Can you give me a few yeses so I know that it didn't go into nowhere? I also hope that you see now how differently people would respond if they knew your story, if they saw your struggle, if they saw your wounds and how you came up on top of it. Like it really, you cannot compare. And yeah, I know it might be cringe sometimes to talk about yourself, but if you see that just following this simple template and just having this story and repeating this story all over and over and over again, it won't feel cringe anymore. It will feel like, yes, this is me. This is my pride. I am proud of that. And yeah, I'm gonna see now in the chat. Great. Ah, I'm so happy. Awesome. Okay, so at this point, usually you have two options. You have an option A, you can do it alone, continue posting on your own, rewriting your about page or your offer page. You can drown into do's like we all do, not knowing what to prioritize, can copy trends, hope for clients, and know that you're an amazing expert. Like you deserve so much more, but you're not getting those opportunities because your online presence does not reflect it. Or you can build your personal brand properly. And this is what I want for you. This is what I want for you next year so that you finally step into the spotlight, into the opportunities that you deserve. Because I hope now, today, you kind of saw this moment that you see it is possible. There is this shift and you can do it. You can build your personal brand with a system, with guidance, accountability, clarity, strategy, and the authority of an expert that you are. And you can take your story you wrote today and turn it into a brand that gets clients that resonate with you, that really relate to you, that turn into opportunities that serve you years after you started maybe already another business and then went on maternity leave or paternity leave and then started a new business. It will carry on with you. A brand that is credible and recognized. And so if you say yes, of course, B, that's obvious. I want to tell you how we could do this together next year. So I already mentioned that in January, I'm launching my personal brand university. This is a 12-month guided program where we will build and monetize your personal brand with the proven roadmap. So the framework that I use for all of my agency clients right now, with live support and a badass community, because this is really for bold people who are tired of playing small and you want to step into the spotlight online. So this program is designed for entrepreneurs, service providers, coaches, and consultants who don't want to play small anymore. They don't want to be satisfied with 80 euros per hour. Like they want to slap that 200, 300 euro per hour bill, and who are good at what they do, but whose brand online doesn't kind of reflect it yet, or they just don't know how to even start because there's so many important things: website, social media, advertising, funnels, automations, and it's like crazy. Where do you even begin? So yeah, And you don't have to know because you are good at what you do. You're an expert in your own field. Like, how can you do all of those things as well? And that's why you don't need any random tips or more content that you save in your collections on Instagram to get back to it later. You need a structured path, yeah, to be seen as the go-to expert in your field, so that when somebody comes to your website and they're like, wow, that person must know what they're doing because this looks awesome and reads awesome. So this is what I want for you, so that you are not underselling yourself, so that you're charging what you're worth at a premium price. So how would it look like inside Personal Brand University? Over 12 months, we would go step by step, building your brand and launching your signature offer. So my goal is that you can start from scratch and you will graduate with a 10 to 30,000 launch, because you did the right work, you define your brand, you define your offers, you define your funnels, you have a website, you have your systems, and you understand how launching works. Then we will have a goal system and implementation sessions. So you won't be just like sitting and listening. No, every Thursday we will meet, we will roll up our sleeves, and we will do it together in a co-working session. So you see progress every week and you don't get upset that there is just too much going on. And it will be a community of badass, ambitious entrepreneurs, because the vibe is high and it's for those who really want to make a difference. I will give you a collection of all of my tools, templates, AI agents, everything I use in the agency for my clients. You will get it all, so that everything you build, your emails, your sales pages, it all sounds and looks professional. And you also save time while doing it. You will get expert guidance on building a profitable business and brand from me, but I will also be inviting powerhouse expert speakers, because, you know, it's not only about marketing, building a brand, it's about systems and finances. So Jennifer will be one of our speakers, by the way. It's about podcasting. Like, there's so many different things, and you will get the whole of it. And we will also have mindset training and motivation sessions, because it will get hard. Like, it's so fucking hard to build a business. And if you're doing it alone, and we are all going through that hamster wheel of negatively speaking to ourselves, letting our grandmas tell us to go back to that work, and like, we are just bombarded by negativity, and like, we don't want that to happen in the community. We will lift you up, cheer you up, and you will keep going no matter how hard things get. So this is my spotlight framework that I use with every single client that I work with Olympians, keynote speakers, top founders. We start with building your personal brand, where you understand your audience and yourself, so you know what you want to communicate. Then we build your irresistible offer. You understand pricing and offer suit principle. You plan your signature offer and all possible income streams, so that you maximize your revenue, so you're not losing opportunities. Then we build your online system. We take simple system, automations. You'll even have a chance to build your own website, super simple, step by step, so that your business works even when you're not glued to your laptop. Then, of course, social media. I will teach you how to rock it, how to grow your Instagram account with strategic magnetic content on Instagram and LinkedIn that positions you as an expert, grows your following, and brings you leads. We will talk outreach systems. We will talk lead generations, funnels. And the final step, we will put it all together. You will have the full foundation of your business, and you will launch it to aim for your first revenue. So how would the year look like? We would meet every Monday for weekly live masterclasses, where I would teach you step by step everything in my framework. And then we would have every Thursday, everything in the evening, because I know you might still have full-time jobs. We will do implementation sessions where you will implement everything we learn, content, offers, systems. We will set goals every single month, so you know what you're going towards to, you know what your priority is, and your community will keep you accountable. And with the monthly Q&A, you will come and you will say, hey, Anzhelika, look at my sales page. Is it okay? can you roast my profile? Can you roast my content? What could I do better? I don't understand this. You would have full guidance and full support. And of course, mindset training and guest experts and AI agents that I also already mentioned. And the best part is the community, because this is what makes a difference when you're building alongside other ambitious, kind, and slightly weird people. That's when it starts to make fun, and that's when you have somebody to talk to, you have somebody to share feedback with, and you can somebody to test things with. So this has been so far like the most important part of the program. And yeah, if you are kind of in that fun and very motivational vibe, then this is definitely the right place. So now, usually a program like this, like if you go with an agency, it will be like over 10,000. Like my agency, the whole system would cost 7,500 plus. Another program usually like this would cost 5,000. I made it super affordable because I know people like you in the beginning, like I was when I was starting out. We don't have so much investment, but we are the ones who need support and guidance the most, not the ones who are making already millions and are just pushing each other up to make more millions. We are the ones who are unclear, confused, overwhelmed, and who need guidance. So that is why oh, okay, let's talk investment. That is why the price is very small. So you can pay for the whole program in 12 installments over the whole year, right? So it is 149 per month plus VAT, depending on your country, because we are all from different countries. And for example, if you're just going for the main stage, so everything that I named right now, weekly live trainings, Q&A, mindset training, guest coaching, all bonuses, community connection, it will only be 149 euro per month. So this is like 2 nice meals, at least in Austria. So I would just keep the restaurant. But if you pay for a whole year, 1,149, you would get 2 months free plus extra bonus you would get whenever things get hard and you're super confused and you need like one-on-one support from me. You can book momentum coaching for 1 hour. I will sit with you and we will go through everything that's unclear. If you feel like you need more support, that you're ready to really make 2026 your year and go big, you can join Headliner. This costs 449 per month, also when you pay in 12 installments. And if you pay for the full year, you get 2 months free. So it's only 4,449 and you get bi-weekly sessions with me. You can submit every single asset, website, sales pages, funnels. I will read through everything and I will give you tailored audit and feedback and write to you how you can make it better so that it works. You can get actionable strategies to sharpen everything that you're doing, and you will get priority support. And because you are here today, and this is the first masterclass, I don't know if you are in my newsletter, I'm writing 4 masterclasses in December and a coaching week in January before Personal Brand University launches. But since this is the first one, you as super early birds can get 20% discount on whatever tier you choose, monthly or yearly. With 20%, it will be so little for so much, and it will make a huge difference for your whole business and your whole life, because your next year could be the foundation of a completely different life. So in addition to this, we have a ton of bonuses. I always run all kinds of workshops, masterclasses. If you sign up today as super early bird, you get instant access to 4-hour masterclass on Instagram content strategy and on lead generation with meta ads, because you know that you guys, most of you are here from meta advertising, so it really works. And here I will show you in this, it's also I think 4-hour, how you can get like 5 to 10 ideal clients in your email list like every single day with minimal budget. So these bonuses you get right away. And then when we end, you also get the full personal brand resource library with I think like 30 videos or more from last year of Personal Brand University. So you can get a head start when you're starting now, alongside with the masterclasses over the next weeks where we meet in person like this. and learn a lot. You can still learn a lot on your own. And then when Personal Brand University launches, you will get the possibility to make your own website bonus, and the momentum coaching will be open as well. So I know it might be scary to commit to yourself and invest into yourself, but Personal Brand University comes with my money back guarantee, because I don't want you to do something that you're not ready for. So if you feel like 150 euros a month and you won't be able to pay your rent, then don't do it. Then you're not ready. Then you need to build up. If you feel like you join and this is not the vibe for you, or this is not the teaching style that you wanted, then it's okay. Then from the 29th of January, this is when Personal Brand University launches, you can step out within 14 days from the start. No questions asked. I will give you your money back, and I will hope that you find like the right group and the right community for yourself. So, final reminder, if you join until Saturday, 12 a.m., you will get the highest discount we will get, because next webinar, it will be lower, and the webinar after this, it will be lower. And in the coaching week in January, there won't be any discounts at all. And if you join right now, you will right away get into the early bird member area with all the recordings from previous sessions, with 2 bonus masterclasses I just mentioned, with the founder kit to begin already your business journey in December, to plan your business strategy, to plan everything that you want to implement next year. You will also be, everyone is allowed to join the next masterclass in the coaching week anyway, but the coaching week in January will be paid. So everyone who already joins the program, they will join for free. And after the last December masterclass, I will organize a call with all early birders to celebrate the year and get excited for 2026. So if you feel like this could be something for you, here is your discount code. Join. It will be an amazing ride. So now, as I promised, here is a QR code you can scan, and I will also drop a link in the webinar. So I will email you now with the recording of the webinar and with all the links. So here are your origin story templates that you can copy paste, and with ChatGPT write your own thing. And now, if you have any questions about how to write your origin story, or how to build your personal brand, or about the program, maybe you're on the fence about something, like you're unsure if this is for you, you want something to clarify. So this is your chance now. We still have half an hour actually until the end of the webinar. And if you're here, you probably have questions or you are interested. So you can open your microphone, or you can drop the questions in the chat.
Hi, Anzhelika.
Yeah, hi.
Hi, sorry, I was just picking up my daughter from school, so maybe my mic opened by mistake. Sorry.
Of
I
course.
wanted to ask, yeah, I wanted to ask a question because I also have a marketing background, but there are so many events in life, that you could talk about, and sometimes when I think about my origin story, I'm wondering what period of my life can I draw back from? Because obviously I've had events like 2020, becoming a mother for the first time and then becoming a single mother. But
Mhm.
I've had other events in the past as well that have definitely changed my life. And I'm not sure how to choose the starting point from which I want to draw from. That's
Mhm.
my main thing.
Do you think it would be possible to take the main messages from every biggest part of your life where you felt this shift towards, the change that happened in the end? Like every single
Hmm.
spark in every single part, like whatever made you feel, put them
Hmm.
three together
Hmm.
that describes the struggle. And then you say, okay, and I didn't want to experience that anymore. And so this changed.
Yeah, I could think about that. Find a common denominator or like a red line between the different events.
Or like how they made you feel,
Hmm.
those different events. what did they make you think so you took that decision to change?
Okay. Okay. Yes.
And if you're
Okay, I
unsure,
see.
yeah, if you're unsure,
Hmm.
try and send it to me, and I will comment on how cohesive it
Okay.
is. And
Hmm.
yeah, and we can draft it together.
Yeah. What's the best way to contact you?
LinkedIn, Instagram, WhatsApp. No,
Okay.
not WhatsApp. Sorry, email, but
I
WhatsApp.
don't have your WhatsApp.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah, any of
perfect.
those
No, thank you.
platforms.
Yes, I'm definitely thinking about joining. I think it's definitely something. I mean, I'm very big on personal branding. I feel like it's definitely the best way to promote yourself in your business.
Yeah.
Um, and yeah, I'm excited for the future.
Yeah, awesome. I'm so happy. And like
Thank
I
you.
said, in case you have more questions, I'm available. And on my website, on my agency website, Content Fudge, there is a button where you can book a call one-on-one with me. Like
Mhm.
it's called virtual coffee, so it's no strings attached. So we can literally just sit and chat and talk about whatever's on your mind.
Perfect. I'll be in touch. Thank you.
Cool, thank you. So we have Chris asking what's in the founder starter kit. So a founder starter kit is basically my marketing strategy workbook, but it is more than just marketing strategy because it starts with making you plan out your business model, offers, how you want to sell and what. So this is really the foundation. And then we talk about branding and the communication and offer, because offer is not a product, right? So offer is like the attractive version of the product. Exactly. And then it tells you in the end, in the founder starter kit, step by step, how them plan your first year of business, like what to prioritize, in what order to go. Because I've seen so many, like you can't imagine. I fixed, this is probably like my main job, fix bad website. Somebody starts something on Wix, comes to me, Anzhelika, doesn't work, nobody converts, nobody buys. Okay, we take that down, rip it apart, build a brand, build a story, build new websites. So if you choose to do it the wrong way, it can really backfire. So in the founder starter kit, you see step by step what to expect and what order to do so that you don't lose your time, you don't end up spinning your wheels and rewriting your offers and rewriting your content and your funnels. So this is like really foundational stuff. Do we have any more questions? Okay, so if we don't have any questions, like I mentioned, I'm gonna send you the recording and I'm going to send you the presentation, and I will also attach in the email the link to the templates. And in the email, you will also receive the code again in case you decide to join as the super early bird and take advantage of this opportunity. And if you want to be part of our awesome community next year, of awesome individuals. And I think the best part maybe that I didn't mention, but that I hope will motivate you to become part of Personal Brand University is that mid of the way, when it usually gets super hard and everyone loses motivation and everyone thinks like, no, it will not work. We will meet next year in summer in Vienna. And I know you're from different countries, but I think it would be such an awesome weekend to travel to Vienna to party with your awesome crew from Personal Brand University. So if I didn't convince you before, I hope maybe an idea about an awesome party in Vienna could convince you. Okay, so I'm gonna end with that. If you have any questions, you know where to find me. And I was really happy to see so many of you here. And if you're in my newsletter, you will also get notifications about the further upcoming master classes. And I'm just gonna, yeah, wait for you if you have any questions. And if not, um, have a super nice evening. Super nice weekend. Tomorrow is already Friday. And thank you so much for being here. Oh, we have a question. Is it easy for an artist to make a personal brand? It is the way to go for an artist. Please focus on your personal brand because as an artist, you can talk about everything that inspires you. Like, I don't know what kind of artist you are. If you're selling paintings, for example, you could, of course, make a business. Hey, these are my paintings, buy my paintings because they're pretty. But if you position yourself as a personal brand online and you talk about what motivated you, what inspired you, who was your muse, and what you want people to think, there are so many ways to start conversations, to engage people. People will buy because they believe in what you're saying, because they think that "Ah, this is the type of energy I need in my life." You rock. Marie Charlotte, you rock. Thank you. All right. So anyone else wants to ask anything, or can I close this chat and maybe we see each other in the next master class on next Thursday? Okay. So then I'm going to finish. I wish you all a very happy evening, really great weekend, and I hope to see you next Thursday or inside Personal Brand University. Bye bye.
Thank you, Anzhelika.
Thank you. Bye.